going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 161 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, December 30th, 2020, New Year's Eve. I'm your host, Ken Pescatore, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, 2020 is almost over.
It's New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
2021 is almost here, and I still do not have 100% holiday Delibird or Shiny as we speak, and it is frustrating. I've done so many tasks.
Adam, have you been on incense for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
Only when I have the game open. So if I'm asleep, it's not on, but I do go to sleep with my Go Plus. I'm like, all right, I just keep clicking this until I fall asleep.
Until you fall out.
This is why we need Pokemon sleep, so I can catch stuff while I'm sleeping.
All right. Well, on this week's episode, we'll of course recap the weekly gameplay loop, see what we've been up to. We're going to prep you on the New Year's Eve event. We talked about it a little bit last week. It is now coming up, so we'll talk about that. The Unova Celebration is also starting next week, and the community has had some time to kind of stew over Shiny Snivy and the lack of Shiny Genesect, so we'll talk about those. And we'll do a Ho-Oh, Raid Guide, and Battle Party Whoop Whoop. And then we'll close out the show with just kind of a little conversation about potential Pokemon Go New Year's resolutions. You know, anything that you want to do differently next year in terms of the game. So I kind of have some things I want to change, and we'll see if I could stick to it. But Adam, we did have the holiday event this weekend. Of course, I'm going to give you plenty of time to air it out over Delibird and your the mission you've been on. No, I will, because I love hearing you talk about Delibird. It's the cutest thing ever. But this was our last chance to go for the costume shinies. So in addition to Delibird, we also had, the Chonkachu in the sweater. And actually, we had the Cubchoo but with the ribbon, but the shiny Stantler was also, with the Jingle Bells was back. So that was cool. That wasn't in the key art or in the announcement. But we had a bunch of different bonuses over the week. Every 2 days they would change. It was awesome having double raid XP. Like if you cranked out a bunch of raids, it was just it was fun this week. It was a little bit of a pain in the ass because things were constantly changing, but with the Today View, everything was listed. Double Stardust was awesome. Like each Delibird today was worth 1,500 Stardust with a star piece on. So, that's awesome. You run into like a Shelter or something like that. It's serious Stardust. But Regice was also here last weekend. We had a bunch of Pokemon being attracted to incense more frequently. Cryogonal was around in raids, so that was cool for people that needed it to fill their decks. We had Snover Spotlight Hour, which was absolutely awesome. It had double evolution XP. I actually spent the whole time catching. We'll talk about that. And today we had yet another Kyurem Raid Hour. And then in GBL, we had the shift over to Master League with Classic, Premier, and Holiday Cup as well. Finally, don't forget that the double XP is only good for another day. So by the time you hear this, that double XP bonus will be gone. And it will be missed. I know, because I've been enjoying this so much. Excellent throw catches being, 4,000 plus XP, which is freaking awesome. But Adam, I need to know what's going on with Delibird and where you're at and what's been going on with you, because I know you've been focused.
Listen, I have not posted anything. I haven't been very active on social because I've literally just been in the game as much as possible. If I'm touching my phone, it's like I'm on the game or like texting someone, even if that someone is Josh asking me if I have a shiny Delibird yet, and me just saying like, nope, not at all. But as far as a great story, I've been nonstop every single night. I basically go out and grab all of the tasks that say send 5 gifts to friends.
Sure. Right.
Every single one in my town. And they just keep getting more and more scarce. Like today is just all catch 10 ice types, catch 5 ice types. I haven't even seen the catch 15 ice types.
Oh, no.
So,
Adam, you're running out of time.
I know. It's the most People are like, it's the most wonderful time. It's the most stressful time of Adam's life. Or of the year for Adam. For Adam. It's the most stressful time for Adam because...
Oh, no.
All I want is the shiny Delibird. It's going to be like...
So,
it's going to be close to the wire.
The hundo with the ribbon or the shiny with the ribbon?
The shiny.
What? The shiny? Yeah. You got to go for the shiny, right?
But I don't care.
Jeez.
Either way would be nice. Either one would be nice. I mean, No,
you go for the shiny because then you could try for the hundo with trades where, if you don't have a shiny, you don't have a shiny.
Exactly. And it comes down to if somebody caught 2, then I could trade one, but that's what it comes down to. Now, to be honest, where the story gets great and where I kind of want to curse a whole bunch, but I'll try to keep it to a calm minimum of so many words. Today, I did a bunch of those tasks today. While I was doing those, I hatched a couple of eggs, and one of those eggs was a Snover. It was like, hey, just wanted to remind you that we had that, not a Snover, it was a snow runt. It was like, hey, I just want to remind you about the Spotlight Hour we did where we took your Delibirds away. And now Snover was also part of that, so I'm kind of mad at Snover too. But it was 100%.
How could you be mad at that, Adam?
I have to be mad at it because it was like a taunt. And not even 15 minutes later, like I said, Josh from Special Conditions, he texted me and said, hey, how's your Delibird hunt going? And I said, listen, I'm going down to the end of my road right now to get one that's at the Pokestop. I was like, I'll let you know. I clicked the Delibird. It's not shiny. There's a snow run next to it. And I click it. It's a frickin' shiny. I'm like, are you serious?
It stole your shiny mojo.
It did. I was so frustrated.
It was like, you thought this would have been on the Delibird, but no.
Right. I was so angry. Run. I literally, I texted Josh and I was like, Snow Run literally is the bane of my existence right now.
Oh no. That's so funny. Well, Adam, you've got one more day. You've got one more day to make it happen. I have faith in you. Can you play tomorrow?
I can play tomorrow, but not all day hard. I have to go like after my work day. So,
well, I wish you the best, man. I really do. What about Regice? Any Regice action over the weekend?
I did get invited to a couple Regice. I did 2. That was it. I don't think I did any raids for not Spotlight Hour, but Raid Hour.
Dude, this is actually a good conversation here because what could be the real reason that we have Kyurem for the whole month? And I want to speculate a little bit on the fusions, like with black and white, right? What if this requires candy? Like, what if this requires XL candy? Like, who knows what this could be? So, I would be pissed if I've been sleeping on Kyurem for the last 3 weeks because I'm just done with it, and we find out down the road that for the fusions it requires some kind of candy investment or something. I will be pissed that I was sleeping on it for the last 3 weeks. So I hope that's not the case. But how the hell do you think they could possibly do these fusions? Like, is it going to be like an item? I don't know what or how they could
it'll
do
probably
this.
be.
Or is it like Mega Evolution?
Yeah, you're right. You probably have to have them like either a Reshiram or a Zekrom as your buddy, and then you can not Mega Evolve, but you can Fusion Evolve.
Yeah, the buddy thing is that makes sense. Maybe you have to level your buddy. Maybe they have to be leveled as your buddy, like in order to pull off the fusion. The Zekrom and the Kyurem have to be best buddy. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. That's a thing, too.
That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. That's something to think about. But if it requires candy, and I've been like just, getting disgusted by Kyurem invites over the last 3 weeks, I'm going to be pissed because I wouldn't be doing them if I know. So
to be honest, I don't think you're allowed to be pissed.
Why?
Because you've been saying that for the past like 3 podcasts. And like, if you had any inclination, you would have just done them. So
You're probably
realistically, it's just on you.
You're right. You're totally right. 110%. You're 110%. All right, but
I was going for 111%, but I'll take the 110.
I figure. Look, it's the end of the year. I was thinking, why don't we do an XP check-in? How did you make out with this double XP that's going away tomorrow? Like, how did you do over the last couple weeks since we've had this double XP? Have you gone up? Have you been taking
I haven't been
of it?
going crazy. I mean, I'm currently at 83,795,533. I don't know how to read numbers.
You have a lot of work to do then for the level 50 grind. Shit,
like I said, I'm not worried about it.
I know.
I just got level 41. Oh, that's a thing. Newsflash, I got level 41
Adam
finally.
got 41. Yay!
Woo!
all right, I'm at 146,475,497. But I've gone up, I don't know. I feel like I've done the last 20 million so quickly. Like fastest that I've ever done 20 million before. I just feel like, I don't know, it's gone really quick. But you're Adam, you're probably going to end up probably getting to like level 45 or 44 or 45 where you're going to hit the XP wall, where you're going to need more XP.
Okay.
Like
I've got events after events after events after events.
Oh man.
So
Adam's
I'm
gonna
okay.
have to start lucky egg. You're gonna have to put some lucky eggs on. Shit. But no, we do have the New Year's event coming up this week. So, as this podcast rolls out, it's so weird. It's centered around costume Pokemon, right? So they talk about all these costume Pokemon with the new release of the 2020 Slowpoke and the 2021 Slowbro, right? And then we have the New Year's hat Pikachu line, Pichu all the way up, that are evolvable. Those are the new ones. And then we have the party hat and the New Year's hat Pokemon kind of coming back that we've seen in the past. So it's about costume Pokemon. They promote why not being in 2K eggs and Slowpoke being in 2K eggs, but the event brings double hatch candy and double hatch Stardust and half hatch distance. So they want you to hatch eggs, but they're only really promoting 2Ks. So we talked about that last week, how that was kind of weird. But a strategy that I've heard a lot of people doing, that I'm doing myself, is I'm stacking my 12K eggs right now, not doing them, just leaving them in the inventory, so I can go into the event with 12Ks. So that way, as soon as the event starts, I could put those in incubators initially, get the half hatch distance right away, and then work through it from there. But I'm not going to go crazy fucking hatching 2Ks for this event. But I'll take the XP from the 12Ks, 4,000 normally, 8,000 with the event, another 4,000, another 4, so 12,000 Stardust. Hell yeah!
And how much do you get for 2K?
I don't know. I forget. I don't remember that chart, but it's low. It's super low. It scales up. Like I think a 10K is 2,000, 7K is 1,000, and down from there, something like that.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was just thinking to myself, like, is it worth it to hoard all those and take so much time to walk that much distance versus as many 2K eggs as possible?
No, I'll be on the single incubator grind, walking 1K per 2K egg that I get, and I'll just burn through them eventually like that. But yeah, a lot of Stardust potential if you go into the event with a bunch of 12Ks. But Adam, what do you think about this? Is there anything you're going to target? I know you're coming off of being like hyper focused on Delibird. Are you going to continue with that kind of play style where you're going after one thing, or are you going to kind of back off a bit?
Honestly, I don't know.
Are you having fun like the way you're playing right now? Is it like fun for you?
Yes, but it's super stressful. It is stressful, but the reward is so high for me that like when I get it, it'll be like I can breathe.
Yeah,
and it's like if I feel this way once a year, and it's like if I feel this way once a year, that's okay. I'm okay with that. And where this event coming up is like literally just all costume Pokemon, it's like I'll just keep going. I'll click for the shinies and I'll see what I get. You know, it's like I will catch
there's
things.
A lot of shiny checks, a lot of like costume shiny checks. So that's exciting. These are, once, twice a year Pokemon. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of got to go for it.
Right. And it's like I'll be clicking stuff, I'll
chance.
be catching stuff, but just not as hard. Like I've literally just drained myself out of balls. Just my balls have been drained. Okay? It's very tiring.
Yeah, so we were talking about this on the on our patron Discord call, our Zoom call just before. But Unbreakable, our Discord admin, is having this crazy situation where she can't get Ultra Balls. And she's going out, she's playing in a dense Pokestops area, right? Lots of Pokestops, restocking like a motherfucker. And she was like, all right, I went out and spun for an hour or two, and she get like 12 Ultra Balls. Like, it's the craziest thing. Like, so she's got like a serious shortage going on where she has to be exceptionally like picky and choosy of when she could use an Ultra Ball. Like, I don't have that problem at all, but like, what's your usage of balls like lately? Like, are you using Ultra and Great for normal throws?
I am using all of my Ultra Balls and Great Balls for Delibirds, depending on CP, because I want them to just be caught while I'm also doing like the fast catch.
Yeah. So if you look through your Delibirds, they're all going to be in Ultra Balls.
Yes.
So funny.
Yep. But again, you don't want to miss that Stardust. That Stardust is 500. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just not going to give that up easily. It's worth the Ultra Ball at that point.
Yeah. On the on our Discord call, Heracross Boss, he busted out. He's got the shiny Party Hat Wurmple. So like, that's a good fucking shiny. Like, I want that shiny really bad. I just have a feeling if 1-star raids, like I don't know, like I don't know. I fucking hate remote raiding that shit. It's gonna happen. I know I'm gonna spend so much on remote passes, but we have the Raticate Wobbuffet Wurmple. Yeah, like coming back to the raids. Is this gonna be like all the rage for remote raiding? You think? Like it's.
Well, you have to understand where
it seems like an in-person raid for me. Like
you have to understand everybody's
I think to
in the mode or the mindset of, we're in a pandemic, remote raiding. I mean, the northern hemisphere, we're in winter right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's like it's the new year. People want to, be involved with other people. They want to play together. This is like an opportunity to have fun and just literally have fun. Like, there's no stress. It's like, oh, it's a Wurmple. Like, there's no way we're not going to win.
Yeah. It's just, it's an expensive thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's,
but
like,
that's a choice somebody has to make.
Sure. But I'm saying it's like, if, how long are you going to be like door to door on a 1-star raid like that? Maybe 5 minutes, 4 minutes. It's like you just spent $1. It's just like it goes quick if you're shiny hunting these things and you're pretty much exclusively remote raiding them. Man, that's like, I don't know. I feel like I get myself into trouble like that. It's like that's why I force myself to do in-person raids, so I can make the best use of like the adventure box. You know what I mean? Like give me regular passes at a much lower rate than 3 remote passes for $250. But I don't know. Let us know if you're going to be raiding these fucking Raticate Wobbuffet Wurmple. I guess the shiny hunters. Like, this is literally all about the shinies.
Oh, don't forget about didn't Gengar and Nidorino get a thing, or are those not?
Oh yeah. You know what? I don't know if they mentioned those in the announcement. I don't think they did, but yeah, I wonder if they're going to come back. Those are like the party hat ones, like the look like birthday hats. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it comes back. But we also have the Unova Celebration starting on the 5th. This is a pretty straightforward regional event. It's kind of weird the way they're doing this because it's all out of order. Like we have a Kanto tour. We did the Kalos launch. It's just so weird how they're mixing all this shit up. But Unova is coming. It'll feature, Unova Pokemon in the wild, eggs, research, the normal shit. It's good for people that are new to the game. So it's like I'm always learning to appreciate when they do these kind of regional things to put a focus on allowing new trainers to fill their decks. So I kind of I dig that. But there's two features of this event that have rubbed the community the wrong way, and that's the non-community day release of Shiny Snivy and the lack of Shiny Genesect not being available. So I think this is worth talking about because, Adam, think back to like 2 years ago in Pokemon Go. Things happened in the game, like from Niantic's standpoint, like clockwork. Like everything happened. People could predict when things could happen. Like everything followed a trend. All right, it's going to be this oddball Pokemon, back to a starter for Community Day. Like everything was predictable. And now we have Niantic kind of throwing that away and all these weird things happening. What do you think of this Shiny Snivy thing now that we've had some time to think about it? Like, do you think this is just a way of Niantic saying we're still having a community day for this Pokemon, just enjoy it now? Like what do you think is behind their rationale for this decision? Like I still haven't figured it out.
It's a well-oiled machine and there's got to be a reason. What that reason is, I don't know, but if I had to guess, it was in order to release older Pokemon for community days or like rehash them, they needed to be able to still follow that pattern, but maybe just fit it into this event as like an extra, but also, hey, don't get mad that...
But why Snivy? Why a starter?
Right. Well, think about it. Like, what if Snivy was supposed to be this, like, January's community day? But...
No, we got fucking Machop. Like,
right. But like on the cycle, like on the big grid where they were like, oh, okay, for the next 4 years or whatever, this is the 5-year plan, and they had all the starters and blah blah blah, and like Snivy was next, but they were like, but we need to like Machamp to fill some role that like I don't know yet, but we need Machamps to fill a role because we're giving out Blissies this month, like. You know what I mean? Like something along those lines where like the Machamp balances out, like Machop balances out the weekly reward of Chansey, because more people are going to have Blissies. It's just like what people will be doing in game, and they still had to fill that grid of, hey, this needs to come out, so let's just put it in as like a bonus for the event instead of making a community day about Snivy, which is going to be irrelevant to the current form this month.
Like I see what you're saying.
Do you?
Because
it sounds like you don't understand.
You're making you're making like it makes sense that like all right, where the way Machamp is introduced to combat the Chansey that everyone's going to be getting, but like that makes sense. But I just don't know if I believe that that's the true reason. Like I mean that sounds nice. That sounds like the wholesome reason, but it still doesn't connect to Shiny Snivy for me. Like, that makes sense for Machamp, but look, Genesect not being shiny, we've seen this before with Unknown and Melmetal, where they take the shiny away. But think about last episode when we were talking about the Mr. Mime ticket and how people were concerned with this becoming a trend or like the standard way of operating business for Niantic or whatever, setting precedent. Negative precedent. So that's kind of what the community is feeling about this, where it's like, it really feels shitty that they're going to make you go after Snivy now, knowing they're just going to make you go after Snivy again in the future. They're giving us Genesect without being shiny, knowing that we're going to go after it now, but also knowing that when they release the same Genesect with the burn drive as a shiny, we're going to go after it again. And it kind of feels manipulative.
But they've always done that, though, Ken. They've always done that. Like, think about Kyurem. Didn't we already have Kyurem before? Oh,
yes,
yeah. Now we've got Kyurem again. Oh, hey, we had Ho-Oh, and then we had Ho-Oh shiny. And then how many times have they brought back Ho-Oh shiny? How many times?
Like
4?
But usually in the second
they
round,
know that we're going to do it. They know.
But Shiny Snivy fucks up a whole bunch of things because of the community day. Like, let's say you get 100% Shiny Snivy during the Unova Celebration, right? And you want to evolve it all the way up. You're not going to, because you want to hold off for Snivy Community Day. And
yeah,
like the Mr. Mime blog, they didn't know when we were getting Mr. Mime again. They're not making mention of like, oh, by the way, we will still have, or we won't have a Snivy Community Day in the future. So like, what's the fate of
because they don't have
getting a good move?
They might have it be okay to have something in its move pool. Like, we might have something that when the event starts, they're like, oh, hey, this got unlocked and you can use this move.
I don't know. I just think that it has a compounding effect where the Shiny Snivy thing plus the no Shiny Genesect thing all in the same event just doesn't feel good, because, you know, it's like, you know, but then you end up being a glutton for punishment if you're like me and you're like, oh, I know I'm just going to raid this thing again down the line. And it's like, but here I am fucking buying 3 more remote raid passes for it. You know what I mean? It's like, it just happens. It's just the Snivy thing. I still can't wrap around the benefit to the trainer. That's what I have here in the notes. How does it benefit the trainer to break the starter cycle with community days?
You can flex. You can flex. And it's more rare. You can flex the starter, and it makes you want to catch that starter just a little bit more instead of them being mundane.
Yes,
like you just talked about in the last podcast, Ken.
See that.
You literally just talked about that.
I know, okay, and I can see that.
So here you are. Now you get to not have your starters. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Ken,
I'm just saying.
This is all your fault. This is all your fault. You talked about it on the podcast last week about you being like,
I totally did.
This is it. This is it, though. So here we are.
That may be a side effect of what's going on. I don't necessarily buy that. That's Niantic's intent.
But
that's what I mean.
But hear me out. Hear me out with the seasons thing. With the seasons thing, okay? Keep in mind seasons. So certain Pokemon do not spawn for that season, okay? Hear me out.
Right.
During that season of things not spawning, hey, let's give a highlight to a Pokemon that's not spawning. Make it a shiny, even though it can't spawn right now. Because, can it spawn right now? I don't know if it can. But regardless, we're getting Trico right now. Like, that's what we're getting. At least I am.
Right.
So Snivy is a good, spicy pick, and it's new. And it's shiny, and it doesn't fit in the season. So they're like, oh, okay, I'm going to put that in the event. Yeah. And then have Community Day Pokemon that are not in the season. So it's all like like I said, it's a well-oiled machine. So it's all these things, these factors that go into it. So what Pokemon can we not catch right now? Any of those Pokemon could be a Community Day Pokemon.
Right, but instead they rub salt in the wounds and make it fucking Machop. That's what I'm saying. That's the odd thing about all this.
Right,
like,
but here's Chansey as our research breakthrough award. How do you defeat a Blissey in a gym? Mister, I'm going to put Blissies in the entire town.
I know, Machamp. But
that's how you take him down. Go cast Chris. He was like, I saw that post.
But what about? But how does this tie back to Snivy?
Because it's not in the season. It's a Pokemon that you can't get in the season.
Oh, but they could have done that with any other Pokemon that wasn't a starter.
Right, but maybe. But listen to me. Maybe.
But do you think we're still going to get a Snivy Community Day?
Snivy was.
Listen.
No, I do not think we'll get. I do not think.
All right. We need to make a bet. I bet you we still have Snivy fucking Community Day. They're gonna do it because
in 2021.
There will be a Snivy Community Day in 2021.
I disagree.
Yes,
I disagree because we're getting it. It's part.
I got to do a Twitter poll.
Oh my god.
So if they don't do a Snivy Community Day, then I'll feel just fine with Snivy's Shiny being released now, but they should say that. But they don't talk about their trends. It's an invisible thing.
That's what I'm trying to get at, is that there was probably already stuff in motion, and then they were like, how does the seasons fit into that calendar. And Snivy just happened to be the next Pokemon that we were supposed to get in our Community Day lineup, but it didn't fit the season.
Okay, I'll give you that theory. I don't think Machop necessarily fits the season. I understand it fits Chansey, but I don't think it fits the winter celebration.
But it's the month. No, it's the month. The whole month. You got to look at it as a whole. We're getting Chansey as our research breakthrough reward.
All right, so but what's the connection then for not releasing Shiny Genesect? Like, that seems way more like a we're just gonna fucking do this again when the Shiny comes out. Like,
okay, hear me out. When Deoxys came out, we all did Deoxys normal form. Nobody said anything. And then Deoxys defense form and attack form and speed form all came out. And guess what? None of those were effing shiny, okay?
But the second time around,
they were shiny. Okay, cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Cool. If we got normal Genesect, it should be shiny. But this is not normal Genesect. Just think of this as a different form. Oh, wait, it is a different form.
It is a different form,
but
weird. We've already had Shiny Genesect.
We've never had the Fire Blast one. The fire disc drive. Burn drive. I don't even know what it has, but it's definitely something different.
Look.
I'm looking, Ken. You're not looking.
Why take it away?
They never took it away. We never had it. We've never had Burn Drive Genesect in raids before.
I know, but we've had Genesect. It's still the same dex entry.
You're like those people online that just complain and they want everything.
I want it all.
I just want a shiny Delibird.
Look, man. Look.
I'm looking, like I said. I think you're the one.
But what about like Unknown, right? For GoFest, they brought the shiny Unknowns. The following event that had Unknown happening at it, the shinies were taken away. Like, that sucks.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. That does suck. And I think that was they made GoFest super special, and they thought, well, we're giving them Unknowns. Let's make it even more special. I don't think the intention for Unknowns was ever to release them all at the same time. I think it's like they had to have had a plan, but GoFest, they were like, we need to have something super special, and they made it.
I just don't like him taken away.
And you can't deny that Niantic didn't make GoFest super special.
Of course they did. It was fucking awesome.
Right. I'm just saying, like, okay.
I appreciate you being so positive. Like, you're doing a really good job at redirecting my energy to something positive. So I appreciate you. You're holding strong, dude. I appreciate it.
I am riled up right now.
You're the riled up voice of reason right now is what you are. No, I'm not getting caught up in the conspiracy theories or anything like that of
Mr. Tinfoil Hat over here.
Of course, testing the waters of, like, how can we do things? Let's test this out. Let's see how far we can, push the buttons, before something happens. I don't buy into that, but I still don't like when they kind of manipulate like that. Like, no shiny now, you'll have to wait till, like, I just don't know.
Yeah, but they've always done it, though. That's what I don't understand.
Not
that you don't
always.
Understand. But
Not always.
9 times out of 10, that's how it's always been. They gave us
besides Unknown.
No, they gave us all.
Shiny and Meltan.
They gave us all the dogs, and then
then
we got them again, and they were shiny. Oh, and then we got them in like Research Breakthrough, and people were complaining about that. And then we got them again, and they were shiny. And then we got the birds at the first. The birds weren't shiny.
In EX raids, there was Genesect in regular raids. There were,
yes, but that's because of the whole pandemic thing.
It should be shiny.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The whole pandemic, again, they had a plan, and that threw a huge, I wouldn't even say wrench. It was like a whole tractor trailer got slammed into the wheel, and they were like, it happened, so now we just got to work around it.
All right, so so look, I understand that you have a strong point and justify the process of why this could be the way it is in game. But think of the intention of Niantic, though. What do you think their intention is? Is it because they know we'll rate it twice? Or are they saying, taking the stance that you are and saying like, oh, well, we've never released this before, so this is the first iteration, first time Burn Drive Genesect is hitting the game, so therefore it shouldn't be shiny. I don't know. I don't know. This is so crazy. It's just weird that this is happening at the same time in the same event as the Shiny Snivy. It just has, I mean, it's good because the community is buzzing, the community is talking about it, being speculative and but not always positively. Like, I'm seeing a lot of like negative shit Ken. Surrounding this. I'm just trying to talk about it, Adam.
I don't know. All I know is that the Galarian Mr. Mime, it just didn't feel good. That felt like a money move, but at the same time, I saw the heart that was involved in trying to make it something special through the research, like the text. Like they tried really hard to make it something special, but it still felt bad. It still felt like a money move. And I'm like, I'm like, Niantic, I'm making money moves. Like,
Galarian, Mr. Mime, and actually Mr. Rhyme in gyms is my favorite thing on earth right now, to put that in gyms. First of all,
you already
Mr.
told me
Rhyme
about that.
Mr. Rhyme's fucking huge. I don't know if you've seen how big, like, it's, if your avatar weighs, 160 pounds, it looks like Mr. Rhyme weighs like 400 pounds. Like, he's huge. So when he's on the screen with your avatar, like on the map, it looks fucking hilarious because he's so much bigger than you. It's so creepy. It's so when it's in gyms, it just looks so good because of the scale. Oh, it worth every fucking penny. Chef's kiss to the Mr. Mime event. So fucking worth it. I love that pose so much. All right, Adam, let's take a break. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll do our Ho-Oh.
I'm gonna need some
raid
water.
Guide and battle party, and yeah, and then we'll talk about New Year's resolutions a little bit. How's that sound?
It sounds like sound waves.
All right, we'll be back right after this. And I haven't done a really good long one in a while. And we're back from our break. Thank you so much for that. Little housekeeping to get through before the ass of the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this little old show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. Got a lot of cool stuff going on over there. Zoom calls, tournaments, raid trains. It's awesome. I do want to give a huge shout out to our show supporter tier patrons: Ace Trainers, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Carol, Chris, Other Chris, Cody, Eric, Garrett, G-Stacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, J. Mackle, Joltschwitz, Ken, Lady Goobly Meat, Lynchbot, Malachi, Mike, M. Pitts, Pokynabot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, The Joker, The Noise, and Wood, Woos, Wolf. Also, thank you really big thanks to Ben for joining at the Discord tier this week. Signed up for a full year with our annual plan. Thank you so much. Huge shout out to our gym leaders: Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Jamal, JD Mojo Jojo, Magikarp Diem, MD, Talon, Tish, and TN Comics Wiz. And of course, thank you to Paul Bott, our executive producer. If Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. If you're listening on a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can take a moment to leave us a review. And also, our merch store is up, PokemonProfessor.com/merch. Check out the Show Your Colors line that is up there. It is new, and I like it. All right, Adam, you want to run through a little bit of miscellaneous news?
Do I ever?
Do you ever?
No, I'm just like, I'm breathing. That first half really got me.
I got you a little heated.
Got me like, whoa.
So funny.
All right, enough of me getting heated. Don't forget that next Tuesday Spotlight Hour is Little Pup with Double Catch Stardust. So yes. Star Piece that day, time, hour, do it. The limited Meta Holiday Cup is running through January 4th. I have yet to play a game, but that does not mean I don't want to.
I'm not going for it. I'm not doing it.
I got tagged and said that my precious Delibird was trash.
Oh, Go Stadium tagged Adam in a tweet. They put out the fucking infographic and they show the shitty ice type Pokemon in a trash can, and they put poor Delibird in a trash can, and it's like an old school Oscar the Grouch style steel trash can. They tagged Adam.
I'll admit it was cheeky and it was funny.
It was so good.
But it's I still want to use my Delibird, and it's I understand present's not the best, and that's really what's holding it back is the present. But me, with it being my best buddy and powering it up all the way, I'm sure it could hold its own. That's all I'm saying.
Adam's going for the level 50, 100% Delibird. That's fucking badass.
That's gonna be my first.
That's awesome.
That's gonna be my first one.
That's awesome. That's so good. That's so good.
But yeah, the meta included normal, grass, electric, ice, flying, and ghost type Pokemon. Highly ranked Pokemon include Altaria, Vigoroth, and Diggersby. Extra large candy.
Right. No. Diggersby XL, so a highly powered up Diggersby. It's kind of taken the meta by storm. It's kind of taken Great League by storm. And if you, I know there's a bunch of videos out there, but on our Patreon Zoom call, Heracross Boss had posted some stuff of just showing what his level 41.5 Diggersby was doing, and it was fucking wrecking shop. So some people are investing here significantly to get a solid Diggersby, but this thing's fucking nasty. So check out just check out PV Poke. You'll see that as far as the Holiday Cup is concerned, it's up there in top 3.
Yeah, and Diggersby counters Galarian Stunfisk, Skarmory, Bastion, Registeel, just a lot of the
usual suspects. Yeah.
Let us know if you plan on investing in running Diggersby XL. I don't.
Heracross Boss is.
I don't.
I'm not even paying attention to XL Candy or Candy XL at all right now. I'm just getting it, as it comes. I think that's a long trudge, so I'm not too worried about it just yet.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard for my Delibird candy, so I'm incense as often as I can, and I've already transferred 1,000 to get some extra levels. Wow. But it feels
as you
bad.
Level up too, you get the rare candy XL.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I definitely spent a lot more Delibird candy than I thought, because I had 8,000 something Delibird candy. And now I'm down to
for 8 XL candy.
Yeah, it kind of feels bad.
Oh no!
But at the same time, my Delibird's closer to 50.
Yeah, no, that's a flex. That's awesome, and that's so fucking you. I love it. So it's great. All right, let's get into this Ho-Oh raid guide and battle party. Whoop whoop, Adam, you know what fucking time it is.
Battle party. Ooh ooh. Battle party.
Ooh ooh. All right, feels so fucking good. Ho-Oh is a fan favorite. So I don't think too many people are going to get upset that it's making a return.
I'm upset.
Why?
It's coming back and it's shiny.
Of course it is.
We've already rated it 100 times, Ken. We've already rated it. I don't care what it comes at. We've already rated it.
It comes in at 50,064. Really, the only thing you need to worry about when you're trying to counter this thing is that it's double weak to rock. That's all you need to know. Obviously, want to bring rock Pokemon. 100% catch. 2207. This is a funky one because it's an odd number. Usually, perfect catch CPs are even numbers. 2207 at level 20 and 2759 at level 25, boosted in sunny or windy weather. And you are going to want to pay attention to the weather when you face Ho-Oh, because it has a very diverse moveset. It has its most dangerous moveset is the extrasensory Solar Beam moveset, and a boosted Solar Beam in sunny weather will fuck you up. So you just got to be aware of that, especially on your rock Pokemon. But they're not going to like it at all. Just be ready to, if you're bringing all rock Pokemon and it does have Solar Beam, just make sure you have revives. I don't struggle with items at all, but I heard someone the other day saying that their whole community was kind of starved for revives. So just be aware that if it has Solar Beam, it's going to be knocking your rock Pokemon out. So resources, be mindful.
It's going to be knocking your rocks off.
Best counters, Rampardos, Smackdown Rock Slide, Tyranitar, Smackdown Stone Edge, Rhyperior, Smackdown Rock Wrecker, Terrakion, Smackdown Rock Slide, Landorus, Rock Throw, Rock Slide. Usual, rock suspects here. Other options, Aerodactyl, Gigalith, Amistar with Legacy, Mega Blastoise, Alolan Golem. You can probably duo this thing if you have the right counters. Like if you had 6 Rampardos that were stacked, or I have 3 and 3. I have 3 Rampardos, 3 Tyranitar that I could bring here that I definitely want to try to Shortman. So if anyone wants to try to duo this, send me a message on Twitter or whatever, and we'll connect that way, and we'll try to duo this. This is a duo I definitely want to go after. Adam, what about you? Let me guess. All 100% Pokemon.
Close. I'm going to be bringing a 100% Rhyperior, 100% Aerodactyl, 100% Golem, 100% Amistar, and then 2 okay Tyranitars with Smackdown and Rock Throw.
Okay, that's fine. Remember when Golem used to be the shit for rock Pokemon? And before the the Larvitar Community Day? Golem was the shit. That was the go-to.
And it was like watching his fast move just destroy anything. Yeah. I'm like, oh, look how much damage it's doing. And now it's like, it could be better.
I remember the worst Smackdown, Tyranitar was better than the best Golem. So it was like, shit. But no, it's a cool Pokemon. I like the animation when it's attacking, too. But you can't go wrong with Tyranitars. I mean, I know a lot of people have Tyranitar armies where they have a bunch of built Tyranitars. So if you have 6 fucking Community Day Tyranitars, just go for it. The Smackdown is where it's at. But that's cool. Pretty diverse. Let us know. Tag us in social. Send us photos. Let us know what you're going to be bringing against Ho this week. And if you successfully can duo this thing. I think that's a fun challenge, and I impose it on all of you. But Adam, as we wrap up here, it is the new year. Today is New Year's Eve. Well, I think it'll be fun to talk about goals and resolutions and all that shit. But before we go any further, I do want to take a moment just to reflect on the year. Thank everyone that's listening. This has been an amazing year for the Lured Up podcast and the brand and Adam's Special Conditions podcast. It's just been an awesome year for everything that we're doing here with our Pokemon content and all that. So I just want to say thank you so much for making the most of 2020. The quarantine, believe it or not, was not kind to podcasts. A lot of people listen to podcasts when they're commuting. So with the commute situation, falling off a cliff, it was awesome to see that all the podcasts on the network still saw growth over the year. So I want to say thank you so much for that. It's been an amazing ride. And Adam, thank you for everything that you do. This has been a good year, and here to a strong 2021. Cheers as I drink some water.
Yeah, I mean, I echo the same. I mean, you've been nothing but stellar. You've put in so much work, and I don't always listen back to the podcast, but sometimes when I do, I listened to last week's, and I was just like, wow, just everything, just the sound quality, the editing, just flawless, fantastic. It was like a Mortal Kombat victory.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I want to talk about Pokemon Go resolutions. So, regular New Year's resolutions are one thing, but I want to talk about the game specifically. Is there anything in this game or with the way you play or the way you handle anything surrounding Pokemon, I guess not just Pokemon Go, Pokemon in general, that you're going to kind of switch up as we go into the new year?
Yes, I really need to take advantage of this new tag system, because you've sent me some pictures and you shared it in our Discord Zoom call where, you have all these things that you have and they're all organized. And that's something that I don't do very well, is organize. So I'll have 6 different Piplups that say PvP, and I already have a Primplup that's rank 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I don't need any of those.
Yeah.
But one of those could be good for Ultra League or Master League. So it's I just got to make sure which one is the best for that, and then just write, Ultra PvP, and then have that tagged as, that list, and then just go through all my, Piplups, Prinplups, and Polions, just delete everything else, because at the end of the day, it's like, I'm only going to need one for PvP and one for, like, my decks.
Yeah. Yep. You brought up the thing I was doing with the tags, and this is something that I want to do a little different, is I want to start getting, and we've been saying this for so long, and it's just been so difficult, but I want to start getting into video content, and I think I'm going to start doing some, like, vertical video stuff with screen grabbing and all that, and doing, like, very light post-production, but doing this short-form video stuff, and I started this project that I'm still working on right now with building out this tag directory with my inventory, which I think is really cool, and that I could see people wanting to adopt because it really organizes the hell out of all your shit. Definitely time-consuming, but I loved building it because it gave me this opportunity to connect with the game in, like, a very nerdy way that was not something I ever experienced before. So that's definitely something I want to do. My biggest resolution, though, of the year is to be more involved in Wayfarer. That's, like, my number one thing. I have to start reviewing more. I have to start reviewing. Like, I got a strong amount of stops added to the game this last year, but I just feel like I need to review, like, a lot more. A lot more. So that's my number one resolution. Also, I want to do more community rating. I think that, it's amazing what we have going on in our Discord with the raid trains. I mean, when Reg Ice was here, it was fucking awesome. Someone would post and, like, immediately the things were filling up. And, there was a situation where people were even hosting raids for people and then doing multiple parties. Like, it was awesome. So that's so cool. I want to open that up beyond the Discord and start doing some community raid nights. I just think that's awesome. But we want to hear what your Pokemon Go resolutions will be. What do you want to do different with the way you play the game? I know a lot of people spend money on the game, so if it's about how much you spend, you want to spend more, you want to spend less, you want to play more, play less, whatever it is, let us know. I think that would be a fun conversation to talk about on the next episode after we're in the new year. But Adam, I think that's it, man. I think we did an episode.
Well, if I could add one more resolution, it would be to get myself in gyms more often.
Yeah, baby.
And at least once a day to try to limit my spending.
Once a day limit your spending?
No, like, as long as I'm getting coins, then it's like I'm always earning.
Yes. Dude, I absolutely count and rely on my coins that I earn during the week. Like, that is part of my budgeting for this game, is to get 50 a day. So when I don't get 50 a day, I'm pissed. But that's why I just make sure that shit doesn't happen. I left Spotlight Hour with 17 Pokemon in gyms, and I think I got them all back already, and that was yesterday. So it's like the shit turns over so quickly here. So it's like, I typically, as long as I'm out there, I don't have a problem getting my Pokemon back. So I'm getting that 50 every fucking day. Like, that is a necessity. So yeah, man, hit those gyms up. I love that. I fucking love that. That's it. That's definitely a good one. Now we just need a gym rework. Thanks, Niantic. I think that's it.
All right, y'all.
All right, trainers, please have a happy and safe New Year. I will see you next year. I have to start writing 2021. Remember when you were in grade school and the year would turn over and you would fuck up your assignments for like a month? I don't know. I guess
I was doing that beforehand. I was already writing 2021.
Yeah, don't be slowpoke. But no, I hope everyone has a fun and safe New Year. And thank you once again. Appreciate everything for this year. Stay strong. Keep training, trainers. We'll see you next week.